blah blah blah.
Even better than this just being this. If it was just the entire season.
It was the entire season of season 4.
No, if it was just all season 5.
I see.
Played out all at once.
Oh my god, dude. But it's only for like an hour and 45 minutes?
No, it's a 3-hour event.
That'll be awesome.
Okay, so we just talked about this is ridiculous.
Oh, yourself.
I kind of wanted to keep that up, but all right.
What, you halfway out of frame?
Yeah, okay. So we watched the premiere of season 5 of RWBY, volume 1. In total, the entire like showing was like an hour and like 45 minutes approximately. But
Something like it. It's what time right now?
It's 9.
9 exactly?
Right.
Oh, now after we walked 12.
Well, it was 9 when we left, so
Yeah.
that is an hour and 20 minutes?
Okay. I also don't know how much this thing can actually capture as far as like the length of the clip. So I'll give a brief. They showed a lot of just the last 3 episodes of RWBY Volume 4 just to keep us caught up.
Yeah.
It actually worked in Steven's favor in that case.
It helped you get the continuity of the show, and they also gave a bit of background information on what they were going for each of those episodes.
Yes. And that was actually really cool, just to see like the mindset of how they want to structure each episode, as far as like the theme of bravery and the development of other characters and whatnot.
Yeah, the themes they wanted and kind of the messages they were trying to portray in them and what they were trying to get the viewer to learn.
Yes. And so moving on to the actual premiere itself, which I have to say, just like as far as my first impressions, I'm very impressed by just how they were able to touch up on like the animation, just like animation, like everyone's like movements, but also just I guess the finer details like in everyone's appearance and everything. Just
How they always leave us with a tease.
yeah, that too. I was just like really thinking about like how the characters move and how they lip sync. It's just all around better. They just really refined it to the point where like I could really see this as like really high quality like anime like production.
It's called money.
Yeah, my thing is it's not even about the money. It's not so much just the money. It's that I'm pretty sure they can recycle some animations from their previous episodes into it, and with that they can kind of take a bit more time to touch up on this, touch up on that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure over time they're gonna not have to really do much for animation, recycle animation here and there, and just add different words.
But I can also imagine how they may have had like different ideas of how this should be shown, and they were understaffed or they didn't really have the ability to do that. But now I see that there's a little bit more of an extension of what they can do. So there's a lot more for them to pick at. So I'm really impressed with the animation. I think it's like really top tier, for lack of better words, as far as things I've seen, as far as like the anime genre. And that's just not, and not just like the use of like comedic effect or anything like that, but just like actual like movements and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that happened in the episode. I think it's a lot more about building up from everything else from the previous season volumes that this was like more focused on. It was more plot than actual like, oh look at this is a really cool fight choreography or anything like that. It was just kind of showing where everyone was.
Yeah. Yang is definitely going after her mom. Weiss, even though she's on her way to Beacon, was it?
She's on her way to Mistral. She's pretty much going.
Yeah,
where
she's
Ruby is.
She's going to Ruby. I'm pretty sure she's going to take a small detour with the pilot of the thing.
Yeah.
Because she paid him to go help the people.
And she's gonna pay her more money.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
but
land
I don't
it.
think the pilot's going to make it, and so she's going to be marooned where she's at with the people she saved, and then she's going to do her own side quest. I don't think Team Ruby's going to get together this season from the looks of it.
I'm thinking the same thing. Just everyone's agenda is just so different.
Everyone has to settle their own personal problems before they can get together.
Right.
Right now we have Sun and Blake.
Okay.
We have Team Junior. We have we have Yang going after her mom, and Weiss trying to get as far from the Schnee name as she can.
Yeah. You'll never escape.
You'll never catch Schnee.
You'll never get away from Schnee. Cause so tight. But oh man.
For like 2 minutes, that's all you guys talk about, Schnee. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, can you?
You can't seriously say the name Schnee.
And be serious about it.
Yeah,
Okay, so anything else to like really highlight as far as like the plot and everything like that?
not really.
Definitely Lionheart Lion being
Lionheart Lion, yes.
Yeah, Lion the Lionheart.
Being a traitor.
Not so much being a traitor, but definitely being
A pawn.
blackmailed. I feel that they
Oh, yeah.
I feel that they're holding him by the nuts in some way to make him kind of turn his back on everything that Oz and Crow were working up for.
Right. And it definitely helped when they showed the last couple episodes of Volume 4 because we do see like our mustache dude signing with Salem actually talking to this dude. Obviously a bunch of stuff happened in the background where he was able to like blackmail him. And so whatever he says to Crow and Junior is pretty much all just an act to get them to side with him, which is ultimately siding with Salem in the end. So
I think the biggest smoking gun in terms of that was definitely the opening that they showed at the end.
yes.
When it showed Lionheart, it showed our mustachioed friend having like
Working.
a scorpion grip on him.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the opening, what'd you guys think of the opening?
Excellent opening, dude. It captured in essence what I think both RWBY is and what the season's going to be about.
I think it's from an aesthetic point of view, it just like builds up from everything from the previous ones. If you even remember the first one, it was very simple. Second one was like, it was okay. Third one was like, oh, I think I see something.
I didn't care for the third one.
The fourth one was like, oh, this is something. And now the fifth one's like, oh my god. It's so good, like the way they transition like all the different characters, the art style where it starts from like the normal like I guess cell shaded like look to them to like a really harsh like paint stroke around them and fades away to the next character. I love that. And just like
Yeah, how it goes from their Borderlands-esque art style
yeah,
into, like you said, the rough pen and paint
yeah,
look.
I love that.
And then it breaking and crumbling
Yeah.
into the next character
And those action shots for each one like were really fluid too.
in the arena.
Yes, the tuning exams arena.
Yeah. Or nowadays the Konoha Academy gymnasium.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. But man, that was a really good intro. I really loved everything about it, and it really just highlighted everyone's story. And like
So Nora definitely flashed everybody in the room in that opening, right?
I think so. Yeah.
She was hanging completely upside down, throwing caution to the wind about her wearing a skirt.
Yeah.
I think it was defying the laws of physics. A skirt, just straight up.
Well, no, it was flat it was parallel to the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
That's as much as
It just kind of stopped. The camera stopped like right at the ruffles of her skirt.
Okay.
That was definitely like the lighter side of that opening, and that's something you don't really even see in the last two openings.
But yeah.
It just kind of went grim, and then just like trying to.
I see what you did
Damn
there.
it.
So in essence,
So I mean, like it was from Volume 3 to up to now, it's been slowly rising in like the lighter side of things, and then Volume 5 is actually like, oh, there's a little bit of like happiness here. With
Yeah.
Nora, thank you, Nora.
the Volume 3 opening was definitely kind of foreshadowing.
Maybe we should start just for me.
Never. The show must go on. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm about to give the car a real reason to go beep, beep, beep. Oh, okay, now it shuts up.
It's like I was.
Son of a...
Oh.
Oh.
It sounds like they stopped it just to do it again.
I think they're fucking with us.
They might be. I don't really care.
That's great. Go with it.
Yeah, Justin, if you can kind of try your best to make out what we're saying, subtitles.
Okay.
With Volume 3's opening, it was definitely a really dark and gritty type of opening to showcase,
What's to happen?
yeah,
And-
things aren't going to go well
Yeah.
for our characters. In Volume 4, the opening was definitely the aftermath and showing a bit of the psyche of how everyone was, that things weren't all fairy tales for our
Right.
fairy tale group.
Right.
And this one's definitely uplifting. It's showing the spark of hope in a grim world. I hate myself.
But it makes sense because like they're going outside the realms of like Beacon and whatnot, and so as a result, you have all these different like parties like involved in whatever Ruby and gang are trying to do. Like versus like their school life, which is like, oh, let's make it to the next like class, or like let's work on our teamwork. It's no like this outside party is stopping us from advancing.
So what I'm hearing is they're Harry Potter.
Like for example, like when they're in Lionheart's like little quarters, like they're talking about like, oh, let's go to Raven. Raven has the Spring Maiden, and Lionheart's like, we gotta do that in a couple weeks. Like a couple weeks, we gotta go there now. And that was like, I mean, obviously like. I forget the mustache guy's name, but he's pretty much trying to stop them from doing that. So they could pretty much, like, within those couple weeks, prepare a capture on them. At least that's what I think is going to happen.
What's going to happen is Salem and her crew are going to go there within the week prep time.
Oh yeah, because they're actually going to plan on taking over that place.
They know now. They know where Spring is.
Yeah.
So there's no reason for them to not try and capture her.
Poop. Some jackass is doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were we saying?
Salem and her...
Never mind. It was a different car. It was a different
same car.
No. It's a different car.
Oh, the one that went boop?
Yeah, the one that went boop.
Oh, okay.
Chain reaction.
Salem and her cronies know exactly where Spring is. They have no reason to not go and get her now.
Right.
Yes, they have to go against Raven and her band, but
yeah, that's true.
Showcasing and kind of implying how powerful her group is, one Raven's not going to be enough.
Right.
So they kind of outstretched how long it's going to take to get our huntsmen together for this rescue op. That way it gives Salem and her band plenty of time to go and get her.
Right. And so now we just have this weird period, and it kind of beckons back to like Bossing Say in Avatar Last Airbender. I know that Mistral is actually an influence on Bossing Say, or at least kind of a rendition of their take on it, because they really got inspiration from that. But it's kind of like the Tales of Bossing
City.
Yeah, it's kind of like the episodes of Bossing Say, where it's just like the main cast are just kind of twiddling their fingers and trying to wait for something to happen. But during this, Ranger actually meets Oscar via Crow. And the way that they introduce this guy, the way Crow introduces this guy, I think it was...
Can we help you? I'm looking for Ruby Rose. What do you want to know?
Yeah, instantly in defense mode.
Why do you want to know that? It's like,
I found him!
I think her uncle needs some help.
Nah, he's
he
good.
flops on bed like,
I did it.
Can't a girl read her comics in these? Oh, Crow, you got drunk again?
Maybe.
Oh, you do have silver eyes. Everyone's like, who are you? Well, I'm Oscar Pine. Wait for it. You guys might know me
as
Professor Osmond. I found him.
Falls followed by a roll and a plop on the ground. Fade to black.
A pickled crow. And then cue the opening sequence and all that greatness.
Yeah.
Dude, but that creature they fought was real nightmare fuel, man.
Oh yeah, we're talking about
was-
the finale of Volume 4.
Yeah, that was fucking amazing though.
That was really good.
The Horse and Rider?
Yeah.
Horse and Rider.
I forgot what it's called. Nolan remembers it.
Right.
I just know it as the Horse and Rider. So what are you gonna do about the music in the back?
Nothing.
Just not.
I literally can't do anything.
Just not monetize.
It just doesn't get monetized.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's all we can really
I
do.
got 2 days of paradise.
But man, it's just like I feel bad that we can't really show like our real reactions live for that, because like the drunk crow bit was my favorite thing. Also Yang just punched that guy into like.
Oh my
he
god,
bounced
dude.
like a bouncy ball.
She fucking semblanced his ass into a pinball out of the fucking just right.
And the fact is that she didn't even get hurt to activate her semblance at all.
She just got pissed
the
off.
The mention of the hair stopped all music, stopped
Even
everything.
some dude was like, "Oh, you fucked up."
Huh?
Everybody knew what was coming. You don't fuck with her hair. Oh my god! You can even see the tooth fly out when she punched him.
Yeah, I did see that. That was
I
really
didn't
good.
see it. I think I'm the only one that didn't see it.
I saw it.
I think another cool thing that to notice in that like just right scene was the fact that when she grabs that bottle, her like left hand shakes, but she uses her right hand, which is you can symbolize it as like her resolve, holds it firm, and she goes back to normal. I think that's a nice little touch there.
Also, she just popped that fucking pry off with her thumb, with her
Oh right,
arm.
you're right.
She went. Also, she drank that glass bottle of water like it was nothing. She drank that faster than physically possible.
Nah.
Physics says you cannot drink that bottle that fast.
No, it's possible.
You can't drink it that fast.
Dude, I chugged bottles like
You literally
that.
Are they glass bottles though?
no.
You can drink a plastic water bottle that fast because you can crush it. You can crush it, so you don't need to replace the air in there.
Oh, okay.
You need to replace the air in a glass bottle, unless you just break it and just bathe yourself.
Okay, I see glass. Okay.
And it's also weird because like the water all like gets funneled through, so it can't like go that fast unless you keep your like, I guess your throat like as an open vent for all that water to seep in.
No gag reflex.
Yeah, you end up just like you'd end up gagging. And I'm not sure if they did that for comedic effect. It was just kind of like, oh, I just finished my drink and I'm on my way. But
No, they did it to speed up the scene.
yeah,
You can't have a scene of just someone.
From a glass. Yeah.
to be fair, they at least made it like, give me a second.
Yeah. I'm not done drinking yet. Now you may speak.
All right, I'm gonna let you finish.
All right, now hold on. I'm gonna let you finish and all, but I think
I'm gonna let you finish because I didn't like that guy over there. Which, by the way, was I'm pretty sure he was like way older than Yang, and just to hit on her when she's like 17, maybe 18. 18's okay, but if she's still 17, like, ooh, calm down.
let's see. Would you say that Beacon? They went to Beacon, right?
Right. Well, no, they went to Mistral, and that like
No, what school did they go to?
They hail from Bacon.
Okay.
Beacon.
Okay.
Bacon.
So would you say that Beacon and Mistral and all that? Would you say that they're colleges or high schools?
It's a weird thing. I think academy is the perfect description.
There you go.
Because it's like, is it high school? Is it?
It's neither.
I mean, technically, I would say it is a high school because like these guys are really young. Like RWBY entered in as like 14. Everyone else is like 15 to 16, and it's like that's high school age. So it technically is high school.
So Yang is either at the cusp of 18
Or just
younger.
Just below it. You're just right. Yeah, I get it. I just want to finish.
Are there no character specs?
Yes, there are. Like, but the characters age over time. So RWBY is not like 14 anymore. She's like 15 to 16.
But it's only been like a year.
I guess so. But also like Volume 4, like the trip like from like RWBY's place to like Mistral's gotta be like a really long time too.
A couple months.
And it's like been.
And they flew there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, they did flew there.
They, as soon as it was safe, they're like, oh, here we are.
And fucking Oscar took a train. He took a train there.
He took a train.
It took an
And
episode.
they couldn't?
And he took like essentially an episode to get there.
Yeah.
Wow, train is faster.
Well, yeah, a train is faster.
That's like a bullet train, or just I mean, it just kind of beelines to it.
Yeah. Like, sure, they flew there, but it took them how long to go from the freaking horse and rider fight to there? Crow didn't even die yet, so it was definitely a short flight.
Yeah, and he like got poisoned like the day before, or a couple of days before.
I'm just...
I don't know, like
That poison's weak.
that poison's too weak.
Already weak, or he's really strong.
Well, I guess he just grazed them though. It wasn't like a full injection.
Hey man, poison's still poison.
True enough.
Bang! Missed me. What? It's just a flesh wound.
You're off by a couple weeks. Just enough weeks to let him recover.
God.
I want to see Tyrion look at Crow. He's like, the fuck?
Oh man.
He grabs his tail and just looks at RWBY.
He kept that severed tail. We'll make this work together. He puts his pocket. All right. General thoughts about like, I guess the showing in general.
The showing?
Yeah.
Definitely cool. It would have been better if they showed all of season 5 instead.
Yeah.
That. What if it was just like an hour?
I feel like I was lied to.
I mean,
They just teased me with the first episode. That's it.
To be fair, I totally get that because they didn't mention that in the description. You just have to be like on the know with Rooster Teeth and like specifically RWBY cast as far as like, okay, we're about to show this, or you know, like for our
I felt
showing.
so insulted though.
Yeah,
I lied to.
I know how you feel.
It
Though.
should have been just episode 1 of Volume 5. That's it.
Well, I knew it was going to be just episode 1, but
Right.
come on. You're
It's
going to have a movie.
Yeah,
And it's
movie
just
length.
one episode.
Yeah.
1 episode.
It was all recap. It felt like a Naruto episode.
Except it wasn't. It was all like previous episodes just played.
I'm
But-
sorry, and that's
Yeah.
not a Naruto episode?
No, they kind of abridge it.
My wallet's gonna be crying next week because this is my second day off of work.
Oh yeah. Well, don't worry, we're gonna make it worth it. You're gonna get hammered like Crow. And I just flew. I had places to be, so once I finished my drink, I just flew.
See a drunk bird.
Can you imagine? Is that Crow okay? Don't look at it, honey. Don't get involved. Oh man, I think this is like a really solid first episode, just to show off like what they build up and like what they're showing to us. Like as far as like, again, the animation is like really top. Music has always been there, and just the way they introduce the characters, again, it feels very natural. And they also have like much more impressive cast of people, not just working as far as like the aesthetics of the show, but also like as the voice actors too. Because I mean, like, to be honest, like back in the day when they were just doing this, it was impressive by itself, but you know, it wasn't like the best thing. But now it's like it's up there, and I can really, and I have a lot of respect for like how it just kind of built from the ground up.
I feel everyone who's voicing in it has years of experience of voice acting now.
Yeah, that too. The main cast has been able to build up from like the previous experience, considering that they never really had too much acting experience versus like bringing like Yuri, like, aka Sasuke, English Sasuke, to be voicing Mercury, or just some people like Crow, who was also known from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh.
Yeah, and just a whole bunch of other cats. Like, I mean, Salem, who is, you know, Cortana.
Oh.
Yeah? Oh, like I
But
said,
man, that Michael Jones character they got.
that and there's a keeper. That's a keeper.
I think of the cast on there, I think he has the most experience because he's been in just about every show that they've done after RWBY.
Him and Bernie's voice, I really like those voices.
Oh yeah.
I think
I like Jeff's.
Jeff's is really cool.
Jeff is like super noticeable in everything that they do. It's like Jeff.
It's just Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's interesting to see Joel's voice, you know, like voice of Caboose. If he ever like voices anything else, you kind of don't really recognize it unless like he goes off and you're like, oh, that sounds like Caboose.
You know who has quite a bit of range to at least make themselves sound a wee bit different than normal?
Lindsay.
Yeah.
Lindsay.
She's Space Kid.
She's Space Kid. She is RWBY, which is weird. Which makes it actually a little bit more interested in how she's going to voice like when they get RWBY older, like how deep of a voice she's gonna have to adjust to.
Not that deep.
I'd like you guys to know that when I was younger, before I picked up smoking,
Chocolate.
I had a beautiful voice. Oh, the boys would be like, speak to me, RWBY. Speak to me with your voice. And now, nobody wants to hear my voice. Shut up, Grandma. Exactly my point.
It's not like I liked you or anything, Jean Bakadesu-sama.
Oh, damn it.
But yeah, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about like this premiere. It was like really cool. It wasn't so packed. In fact, you guys like mentioned that you guys saw like a RWBY cosplay, which I didn't get to see. So
Yeah, they were in the other auditorium.
yeah, there's like 2 showings here. So yeah,
Yeah, but Justin,
yeah,
this was the wrong one.
yeah. I mean, it was just like pure luck of the draw.
That you were not here early.
True enough.
You said be here by 7. You got here at like 7:10.
Not like 7:10, like
your
like
fault.
7:2,
7:10.
like
Your fault.
like
It's your fault.
7:12.
Your fault.
It was my fault. Though.
Yes, it was.
You guys came early. I was surprised by that.
What? You expected us to be late?
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm the driver. What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, that's like you like, oh shit, like last minute, get there in like 30 seconds before then.
That was because those knuckleheads, you got lunch or something, and then we that's why you used to be late.
So we should keep the group like this tight for now. So we're always so punctual, except for me, who will just like show up like maybe within the
10
range.
minutes late.
Within the range.
10 minutes late.
At least
so
I'm
you
not
couldn't
like
see
at
RWBY.
least I'm not like DJ who shows like an hour late.
I'll be about.
Look, dude, DJ would have been here by the time episode 501 just started.
Like 10 minutes into volume 5 from meeting at 7. You know what? That's good enough. My place is good enough. I realize that now. Alright, but yeah, pretty much my thoughts. It was a really good showing.
Yeah. So we had final thoughts on the showing. Final thoughts on the episode.
Okay. Episode was really good as far as like the build up of like everything. Again, it kind of recapped things that happened in the past, but not too much. There was a lot more opportunity for them to just kind of place the characters where they need to be, and for us to know that and expect consequences to happen as a result. I think it's just like it's a really strong showing plot wise, and then I'm not sure when they'll ever get to like an actual like fight scene, which I will definitely keep a close eye on as far as like analysis on like
I would say 75% way through.
75%. Yeah.
So sometime after episode 8.
So it might have the pacing of Ba Sing Se, essentially. Maybe. We'll see.
You keep referring to the city as Ba Sing Se, but it's more like what's it called? Omashu.
Yeah, Omashu.
Because it's built on a mountain.
That's true enough. But then like there's gotta be more inner workings to it. Like there's different like layers of like
Well, yeah,
the
it has
economy and
yeah,
class system.
it has the class system like Ba Sing Se, where everything that's bad is on the outskirts, which would be the bottom of the mountain,
Right. And then
But-
near the center, in the top, is
Yeah.
just like where
everything's
is.
nice. But
It's definitely made on the mountain.
yeah, it looks like Omashu.
Yeah. That's a really cool thought. Just like live
Wondering
on
where
the
King Boomy is. Because the lion heart isn't exactly.
Boomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boomy wouldn't get bitched around.
Oh, you're right.
Fucking earth bending with his face.
Just by flinching or clenching his butt.
Good episode. I like the way it set things up. The episode itself was
It was alright.
mediocre in my opinion.
Okay.
It could have done more to kind of push things forward, but it was trying to thread loose ends that the ending of season 4 had, which was, well, where's Weiss going? What's Blake doing? Definitely where's Yang going?
Yeah.
But I think if they're just focused on just Team Junior with Crow leading it, they could have pushed themselves a lot further in terms of what's going on and how they're going to do.
Because right now they're just like, okay, now we have all the sit down time. We gotta figure out what to do.
Yeah.
And that's where Oscar comes in. It's just like take a lot more of their time and just kind of figure out what to do with Oscar.
I really feel they should have focused on them episode 1, and then episode 2 kind of do what they did with this, which is everyone's doing something, including Junior, because Junior did nothing this episode.
Okay.
All they did was talk. There wasn't any progression. And now with Oscar there's definitely going to be progression next episode.
Yeah.
So that's my one thing.
Okay.
It could have been better, but I do like how they set it up.
Okay.
It was hilarious though.
Steven says it's hilarious. Anything that you like want to really pick out in this episode that either you like or you didn't really like at all? Because there was definitely a lot of stuff that they covered within that maybe 23-minute like regular episode. It was a lot.
Well, they could have added one more episode, just a little tease. But no, just one.
Next time on RWBY.
Next time on RWBY.
Fuck, man.
Give me your energy.
Just one episode. It's all recap.
I need everyone's energy. That's it for the next episode of RWBY RWBY.
RWBE. I mean, why? RWBY.
Seriously, like, too much recap.
It was a lot of recap. It was 3
The whole
episodes.
movie was recap. It was just one episode. Remember that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like the recaps took a little bit more than the actual screen time of the first episode.
And I had 0 fucks to give when those guys came on screen.
Oh, really? Well, I mean, like, a lot of people may have not seen that stuff before.
But
So
I don't care. When they came up, I'm like, should I go get a refill? I'm like, nah. Because they might not talk that long.
I mean, hey, like, that was an opportunity to do that, to, like, get out of your seat, so I get that. But some people are, like, really, really emotionally, connected to this show. Like, the fan base is what fueled, like, the popularity itself, to Japan even, to get a Japanese dub even. That's how much, like, it was recognized, not just because...
I bet you people will still say the dub is better than the sub.
Yep.
I say give it 2-3 years, 2 or 3 more years, for it to really become a big mainstream thing. People will swear up and down that it started in Japan.
Wow. Well, yeah.
They will swear up and down that it started in Japan and that the English dub just ruined it.
I can see that. I mean, there's a lot more, I guess, advertisements for RWBY in Japan.
You wanna know how I know this? There's still people that swear up and down that The Last Airbender was originally that it originally started in the East.
Wow.
Was Avatar a Korean animation inspired type of thing, or was it?
It had a Korean animation team just like Steven Universe,
Yeah. Okay.
but everything about it, the story, the concepts, and all that came from here in the West at the Nickelodeon studio.
Right.
So virtually everything except for it being put into motion was out here.
Man, and just think about it now, it's like so
In
much.
fact,
respect.
you can't even find other dubs for it, like other languages.
Yeah, but it's like, nope, bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, and everyone's like, no, it's Chinese. They have names like Aang and Sokka. No, Ung and Sokka.
Zuka.
Oh, please don't say that. Those horrible
Zuka.
stupid ass movie.
And Aro.
Even though I didn't get to see it, I still say it's shit.
Yeah,
You're the lucky one.
you're the lucky one, Steven.
I paid to see it in 3D.
Oh dear God.
I paid to see it, but not in 3D. But it still was just.
I paid to see it in 3D, and that turned me off to 3D movies forever.
Dude, as soon as I heard the stupid ass name that they were giving, I'm like,
Oh
no,
right?
no.
The previews gave you none of that. They just showed really cool scenes. That's all they showed. They showed the fight between Aang and Zuko, and like them breaking him out of the ice. I'm like, this movie looks so cool.
That's what I thought too. But after
And then I watched it.
after the movie came out. There's these like reviews of this guy talking of his bullshit
Hollywood.
he did. I'm like, no.
All right. Well, I think that we'll cut it for this actual like discussion on RWBY. I have no idea when chapter 2 is going to come out.
We'll probably do something on that though. Also, I have a very heavenly glow.
Huh?
There's a light behind my head.
Very impressive.
There's a light right there. You're gonna get
So
shot.
do I.
What?
You see it? Look at the camera.
It's like
Is that a light?
Oh wait, I think
No, it's a thing on the
screen.
It's like a reflection, yeah.
Oh.
So I think that's pretty much it for this volume. So we're just gonna end here. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys like this stuff, please be sure to subscribe so you can stay on the know on like our takes on like the next couple chapters of RWBY. And yeah, and we'll just cut there. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Magic bye, everyone.
Wait, where's the mic on it?
I don't know.
So there's Justin. So just kind of be like, don't forget to donate to our Patreon and subscribe because I got plenty.
Patreon.com/DangIT Productions.
Right.